everyone, welcome to Geeking with MellyMel. I'm Melissa. Today we'll be reviewing the Harry Potter Magical Meditations Inspirational cards, so stay tuned. Alrighty guys, so like I said in the intro, today we'll be reviewing the Harry Potter Magical Meditations cards. These are 64 inspirational cards and booklet. This is by Inside Editions. And you can actually get these through Amazon. That's where I got mine. The retail price is $19.99 if you live in the US and $26.99 if you live in Canada. Now, as of the time that I am filming this during the month of July, they are currently on sale for $16.80 on Amazon. I figure I'll let you guys know that. Now, these cards came out somewhere in between February and March of this year, 2022. So I've had these for a few months now, but I haven't actually used them. And I figured this would be a good time to actually get to know the cards, kind of familiarize myself with them, right? And have an idea of how to approach these cards. As you can see, they are fairly big. Now, these are not tarot cards, not oracle cards either. Again, these are meant to be used to meditate and even get an affirmation for today. I guess maybe in some kind of way they could be seen as an oracle deck, but definitely not tarot. Again, there are 64 cards in this deck. Typically a tarot deck will have 78 if I'm not mistaken. But right off the bat, look at this beautiful case, right? We have Hedwig right in the middle. Actually, before I forget, at the very bottom we do have the logo for the Wizarding World. So these are licensed cards, and these cards are by Jody Ravenson. Here we have the cards. So we're going to take this out right off the bat. I do see that the cards are in this beautiful velvety pouch that has a beautiful silhouette of Hogwarts in gold. We're going to take a close up in just a second. And then also here we have the booklet that would talk about each card individually, and then of course the other part of the case. So before we actually go into the cards, let's get a closer look. Alrighty guys, so first things first, I am no expert. Tarot cards, oracle cards, all these cards are new to me, so I'm still a beginner. I am still learning, but let's see how we can approach this deck. So again, beautiful pouch as you can see. And alrighty, so again, these cards are pretty big. Okay, so we have this little sleeve which I'm going to remove. So as you can see, we have the cards kind of divided by color. So there's a couple of ways we can approach these cards. So I'm going to separate them real quick. So it looks like the first group of cards is going to be themed to Flights of Fancy. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let me look at this. So if I'm doing my math correctly, and there's 64 cards, there's 8 cards here. I'm assuming we're going to have 8 individual groups within the deck. So the first group is going to be Flights of Fancy. These 8 cards all have the golden snitch, but these cards are not to be read or interpreted based on what you see here on this side. It's more of like what you have on the inside. So Let me go ahead and shuffle these real quick and just pick a card from here. Okay, I'm terrible at shuffling these cards. Okay, so we have 8 cards. So I'm just gonna pull one right here. Okay, and then I'm gonna put this one back over here. So the one card that I picked says, in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Hermione is given a special magical artifact which allows her to go back in time so she can take multiple classes within the same hour. Time turners are highly restricted artifacts with good reason. Manipulating time can have terrible consequences. Harry and Hermione ultimately use it, with Professor Dumbledore's blessing, to rescue both Buckbeak and Sirius Black and help them escape. So right there we do have a piece of history or information from the book and the movies. And then at the bottom right here in this rectangle, that is going to be your inspirational message or your message for meditation. It says, if you could use a time turner to go back and observe one day or moment in time, what would it be? Why is that particular day or time valuable to you? So that is one thing that we can meditate on or think about. So it's great if you want to journal. This could be a great idea to like journal about something, right? Using this as your prompt to journal. And again, just kind of reflect on things. So I'm actually going to use the booklet and then just see what kind of information we get regarding that card. The booklet is divided in 8 sections. So Flight of Fancy appears to be the last chapter in the booklet. So I'm going to try to find that specific card. So this is the card that I just read. It has a picture of the time turner. And basically in the booklet it says, behind the magic, Mira Foramina designed the hourglass time turner. Engraving unique mottos on its 2 rings. The outer ring reads, I mark the hours, every one, nor have I yet outrun the sun. The inside ring states, my use and value unto you are gauged by what you have to do. Basically, as you can see, the booklet gives you the behind the scenes or behind the magic that is related to each concept of each card. So again, that was the first category, Flight of Fancy. And then it looks like we're going to have these in order. The next category we have here is Resistance, and here we can see Godric Gryffindor's sword. And again, we do have 8 cards here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we have 2 groups right here. The next group of cards we're going to see, we have Experiencing Loss. And here we can see one of the Horcruxes. And let's go ahead and move on to the next group, which would be group number 4. Here we have Personal Growth. So that means we have 4 more categories to go. The next group we have is Battling Our Fears. And in the front, we have another one of the Horcruxes. We have 3 more categories to go. Next, we have Values and Beliefs. And in the front, we have Fox. And the next group of cards we have features Hedwig, and it is Relationships. And the last group is Identity, and it features the Sorting Hat, which is very appropriate, being that the Sorting Hat would determine what house you belong to, right? So again, we have 8 different groups, which is how our deck is set up. So let's go ahead and take a look at all these groups together. Alright guys, so now that we saw that the deck is divided into 8 groups, there's a couple of ways as to how I can see we can probably use this. If you have any ideas as to how you would use the deck, definitely let me know in the comments down below. So we can use this based on each different category. So let's say that I want to have some guidance and some sort of idea as to maybe how to approach something, right? Or my day. I can maybe use the deck based on each category. So let's say I want some guidance about something that is related to personal growth. Maybe I would just shuffle these 8 cards right here, which we already know that they are all about personal growth, and then basically use one of the cards and maybe see what my message is relating to that. Or I could just put all the cards together, okay, and then just pick one card from the deck and then just kind of let the deck determine what kind of message I need to hear that day, whether it's something relating to my personal growth or relationships or anything like that, right? So let me see if I can shuffle these cards real quick. I am not the best at that, to be honest. So let's see how these do when I shuffle them. So, okay, yeah, like I said, I am not the best at this, but they shuffle fairly well. So now I have them kind of mixed in here, and then you can just always just pull a card from there and just determine what kind of message the deck has for you. So right now I pulled Flight of Fancy, and then this one says the wizards in the Harry Potter films use a wide variety of spells, charms, and enchantments to work their magic. So again, the top portion of the deck will talk about the movie or the books, and then the bottom portion here, this rectangle, will have your meditation or inspiration or guidance for the day. This one says if you could use one spell from the Harry Potter films, what would it be? What about that particular spell is so appealing? So again, this is something that really makes you think and dig deep, right, and meditate. And again, I think these cards would be great for journaling. So like if you journal, that would be something that you could use for inspiration, right? And yeah, this is something that kind of makes you dig deeper and think about yourself. So I think these are actually really cool. They are great for any Harry Potter fan, right? Regardless of age. I think the designs on each card are really nice, and the booklet just kind of gives you some more inside information regarding the books and the movies. And I guess I should have read this at the beginning of the video, so we're kind of doing this backwards, but just to read a little bit from the book, the introduction says that based on the poignant messages of the Harry Potter films, this guided deck includes 64 meditative prompts designed to provoke conversations with yourself on a wide range of topics. Inspire joy with thoughtful prompts like, what memory would you use to conjure Patronus? Stimulate your imagination with fun questions like, if you were an animagus, what animal do you think you would turn into? Or push yourself out of your comfort zone with more serious prompts such as, today take an action, big or small, to combat prejudice in the world. Designed as a companion to the cards, this guidebook is divided into 8 chapters based on the 8 themes of the deck: identity, relationships, values, and beliefs, battling your fears, personal growth, experiencing loss, resistance, and flight of fancy. Each chapter includes the prompts featured on the deck, as well as fun and interesting behind-the-scenes facts, concept art, and film stills to help you go deeper into the making of the Harry Potter films. No matter where you are in your journey, this inspirational deck and guidebook will help you summon courage, expel fear, and find a light in the dark. And that's it, you guys. Let me know what you thought about the Harry Potter Magical Meditations Inspirational deck. Let me know if you think it's something that you would want to look into. As usual, if you love the things that I talk about, definitely subscribe, comment, like, and hit that notification bell so that you can keep winking out with me. Bye!